This video is about a certain comment Sv3rige has made, of which I have no physical proof. I'm sorry. I think that the comment on which this, the video on which this comment was placed has now been deleted, so I can't find it anymore. Look, if you don't want to believe that this has been said, personally I don't think that Goddess has any problem with, not admitting, but saying that this is in fact what he has said. Because I gotta say one thing about him, and that is that if he believes something, then he has no problem, sticking to that message. And this is in fact, his own message on the matter. This is about having children, and this is about having sex. So a person asked Goddess, hey, what is, you and your girlfriend, because Goddess has a girlfriend. I hope it's not his sister, but, what do I care? It's not my business. He asks, hey, what do you do for natural contraception, you and your girlfriend? How do you guys have sex? And I believe he also asked something along the lines of no-fap or something like that. And he actually stated, Goddess responded with that no-fap was pretty much not a good idea, and that orgasms were normal and good for you. And I totally agree with that. That's good for him. That's a very sober perspective on things. You shouldn't overdo it, but orgasms are definitely healthy. Fine. But here comes the really weird part. He didn't really go in depth about natural alternatives for conception. He didn't talk about condoms or the pill, any of that. He pretty much stated that if you don't want to have children, then don't have sex. My mind is just blown by this, because these people, and I'm certain that most guys, they do not agree with that message, even if they are on Primal, but especially Sv3rige or people like Miljar, they're like, yeah man, this diet makes you fucking manly, gives you a lot of testosterone. But, if they have a girlfriend, it's just like, well, as long as we don't want to have children, it's better to just do, hand and mount stuff, I'm sorry, I find it so fucking hilarious. When you live in nature, you rarely crave sex. It is a very unnatural thing to want to have sex unless you want to have children. It's a mental disease if you want to have sex. All these vegans want to have sex because it's a mental disease. Everything is a mental disease, really. Me scratching my beard is a mental disease. Vegans crave sex because they are deficient in animal fat and cholesterol. If they get enough animal fat and cholesterol, they will be happy, and they don't want to have sex because they are already happy. Now these vegans aren't happy and they need to have sex to feel happy. So, orgasms are good though. Like, I at least play with my willy at least 3 times a day. Really understand now why some of these guys, they want to have 16 children or something insane like that. And, they don't give a shit if the woman, has to give birth to all those children. And it's painful for her, and, she has pretty much to look after the children. And it's fucking hell for the women, but, they don't give a shit. It's better than wearing a condom. I don't really understand, what's the fucking problem with wearing some latex? I mean, some people might be allergic to that stuff, but most of us aren't, so I don't get it. Now, of course, it's not comfortable. I like to have sex without a condom, me personally, but whatever, you know, it's better than not having any sex, you know. What is the argument to say, oh, you know, let's not use condoms, let's just not have sex? And at least the guy, you know, like I said, he states that it's better than having sex and without any ejaculation, because that is actually harmful, but you know, so is not having sex while having a girlfriend. So I don't know, me personally, you know, if I have a girlfriend, if we would have an agreement between us to say, like, we're not gonna have sex unless we want to have children, I think even the girl will just completely lose her mind within 2 weeks. And, you know, me as well, I would just go fucking insane. Like, no, you know, just doing hand and mouth stuff, that's not gonna work. Absolutely not. But these people apparently have no problem refraining from that. Agnes Wonderplanet stated in his book We Want to Live that hard erections are actually bad for you and actually show that you have more chance to have a heart disease. That's why vegans have such hard erections. That's why vegans have such long, big schlongs. Because they are mentally ill. And have heart disease. I mean, penis, a penis should be soft and floppy like a raw butter stick. So I have a more fun approach to the whole, you know, don't have sex unless you want to have children idea. Dare I say it's a somewhat cultish idea at this point. But you know, society and civilization and stuff like that. Anyway, it's pretty simple. If you want to have sex and your girlfriend doesn't want to use anti-conception, which I can understand, then just use a condom. Who the fuck cares? Oh, it's not natural. It's not natural. I hear you fucking whine about something as fucking stupid as that, just because if that is enough for you to convince you to not have sex, then, and you say that veganism is a cult or a religion, yeah, I don't know, man. Fuck. Like, talk about whining about nothing. Just wear some fucking latex. For fuck's sake. And you know, if it rips, you know, if the latex rips, just take a morning after pill. It's very easy. You know, don't worry about it. If you sometimes have to take a morning after pill, who the fuck cares? I mean, yeah, it's bad for you, but if you have to take it like once every 3 years, do you think that's gonna be a problem? Of course not. Honey, your beard really turns me on. How about you come here and give me a handsy? Well, honey, why don't we do something else today? If you know what I mean. I could also use something else. Women, are you mentally retarded? Agnes clearly states in his book We Want to Live that oral sex is very dangerous and is very likely to cause pregnancy. Wow, goddess. You sure are a testosterone-fueled beast, aren't you? Like that little impersonation of Goddess's girlfriend, well, it's probably the last one you'll ever get, because I really hate to impersonate women. Well, I really don't know what else I have to add to this. This is fucking retarded. This is a mental disease.